The Global Payday Blueprint, 2026 edition. 5 moves I make every time I get paid. It's payday. Your phone lights up with that notification. For a moment, everything feels good. You check the balance. You feel ahead. Maybe you even think, this month will be different. But then, something strange happens. Within 24 to 48 hours, that balance starts shrinking. Bills come in. Subscriptions hit. Groceries cost more than expected. Fuel prices creep up again. And suddenly, the money that felt like progress now feels like survival. Sound familiar? If you're living in the UK, you're dealing with the aftermath of the spring economic forecasts, rising rents, and energy bills that still haven't returned to normal levels. If you're in the United States, you're watching the Federal Reserve constantly adjusting interest rates while the labor market sends mixed signals. In fact, the latest data shows over 92,000 jobs lost last month in the US and unemployment creeping up to 4.4%. That may not sound dramatic, but historically, those are the early cracks in the labor market. Meanwhile, in the UK, wage growth is struggling to keep pace with housing costs. So whether your money flows through the Bank of England system or the Federal Reserve system, one reality is becoming clear in 2026. You cannot afford to be passive with your money anymore. The economy is volatile, but your personal financial system doesn't have to be. Today, I'm sharing the 5 moves I personally make every single payday. This system protects your money, builds wealth, and removes the stress that most people feel when they check their bank account. Think of it as a financial operating system, a blueprint, a strategy that works whether you earn $2,000 a month or $20,000. Let's break it down. Move 1. Automation. Pay yourself first. The first move happens within minutes of getting paid. Automation. If you're in the UK, this means standing orders. If you're in the US, this means automatic transfers or ACH withdrawals. Why is this so powerful? Because the biggest threat to your finances is not inflation. It's not taxes. It's not even the economy. It's human behavior. When money sits in your account, your brain starts assigning it purposes. A nicer dinner, a new gadget, a spontaneous trip, a subscription you convince yourself you'll use. Psychologists call this mental accounting. Your brain sees available money and starts spending it before you even realize it. Automation removes the decision. The moment your salary lands, money should immediately leave your spending account and move into wealth-building accounts. For UK viewers, the most powerful tool available to you is the Individual Savings Account, the ISA. You can invest up to $20,000 per tax year, completely tax-free. No capital gains tax, no dividend tax, and the deadline arrives every year on April 5th. If you don't use the allowance, you lose it forever. That means every payday should automatically move money into your ISA. Even if it's just $200 or $300 per month, the habit matters more than the amount. Over time, that tax-free compounding becomes incredibly powerful. For US viewers, your equivalent system revolves around retirement accounts. That means 401k, Roth IRA, traditional IRA. These accounts allow you to reduce taxable income or grow investments tax-free. With the new contribution limits for 2026, many Americans can contribute significantly more than before. But here's the trick. You should never see that money in your checking account. It should be deducted automatically before spending temptation begins. The rule. If money disappears into investments within the first 60 minutes of payday, lifestyle inflation never gets a chance. Automation creates discipline without requiring willpower, and that single change alone puts you ahead of the majority of people. Move 2. The financial audit. The second thing I do on payday is something most people avoid. I audit my spending, not obsessively, not emotionally, but strategically. Think of your personal finances the same way a CEO looks at a company. Every cost must justify its existence. If it doesn't, it gets cut. UK example. Start by reviewing your direct debits, energy providers, broadband, mobile plans, streaming services. Many people remain stuck on standard variable tariffs, which are often the most expensive options. In some cases, households are paying $150 to $200 more per year simply because they never switched providers. That's free money sitting on the table. US example. Americans face a different trap. Subscriptions, streaming platforms, software apps, delivery memberships, fitness platforms, gaming services. Research shows the average American spends over $200 per month on subscriptions. But here's the shocking part. Many people cannot even list half of them. Companies design these payments to be small enough that you don't notice them. $9,999 here, $14.99 there. But collectively, they drain your financial potential. The business mindset. Treat your finances like a business. Ask one question: what return am I getting from this expense? If the answer is nothing, remove it. That extra $30 or $30 per month may seem small, but invested consistently over 20 years, it could grow into tens of thousands of pounds or dollars. Tiny leaks sink big ships, and small expenses quietly destroy wealth. Move 3. Attack high-interest debt. Now we move to the most destructive financial force in modern society: high-interest debt. In 2026, interest rates remain elevated, and credit cards have become extremely expensive. In the UK, average credit card rates now exceed 30% APR. In the US, average credit card interest has crossed 24% APR. This means something very important. If you're carrying credit card debt, you are effectively earning negative investment returns. Let me explain. Many people try to invest while carrying debt. They buy stocks, crypto, index funds. But if your credit card charges 25% interest, then every pound or dollar invested elsewhere must beat 25% returns just to break even. That's extremely difficult, which means the smartest investment you can make is paying down debt. The avalanche method. Here's the strategy I recommend. 1. Pay the minimum payment on every card. 2. Identify the card with the highest interest rate. 3. Throw every extra pound or dollar toward that card. Once it's eliminated, move to the next one. This is called the debt avalanche method. It mathematically minimizes interest costs, and the psychological benefit is huge. Each debt you eliminate reduces stress and increases cash flow. When that final payment disappears, something incredible happens. Suddenly, hundreds of pounds or dollars per month become available for investing and wealth building. Move 4. Build the buffer. Next comes the most underrated financial tool: liquidity, your financial buffer. Think of this as your sleep well at night fund, because life doesn't care about your financial plan. Cars break down, roofs leak, medical expenses appear, jobs disappear. And when those moments happen, people without cash are forced into the worst possible option: debt. That cycle traps millions of people for years. The solution is simple: a dedicated emergency fund. UK goal: aim for 3 months of essential expenses. Keep this money in a high-yield, easy-access savings account. In 2026, some accounts offer 4.5% or higher. That means your emergency fund still earns something while remaining accessible. US goal Americans should aim for 3 to 6 months of expenses in a high-yield savings account, especially right now. The labor market is showing early warning signs. If layoffs accelerate, the people with cash reserves will have something incredibly valuable: time. Time to find the right job. Time to negotiate. Time to avoid panic decisions. Without a buffer, people accept the first opportunity out of fear. With a buffer, you maintain control. Move 5. Growth and reward. Now we reach the final step: growth. Once automation, auditing, debt reduction, and emergency funds are working together, something powerful happens. Your financial system begins generating momentum. This is where long-term wealth is built. UK investors. The best place for most investors to begin is low-cost index funds inside an ISA or SIPP. These funds track entire markets like FTSE Global All Cap, S&P 500, MSCI World Index. They offer diversification, simplicity, and low fees. Over long periods, global markets historically trend upward. US investors. Americans should consider increasing Roth IRA contributions, investing through brokerage accounts, continuing 401k contributions. Index funds remain the backbone of most successful portfolios. You don't need complicated strategies. Consistency beats complexity. The fun fund. But there's one final rule many financial gurus ignore. You must reward yourself. Financial burnout is real. If every pound or dollar goes toward discipline, eventually motivation fades. That's why I allocate 5% to 10% of income as a fun fund. Once your financial goals are met for the month, this money can be spent completely guilt-free. Dinner out, a weekend trip, a hobby, experiences matter. And enjoying life along the way makes the journey sustainable. Conclusion: the global economy in 2026 is unpredictable. Interest rates, inflation, geopolitical tensions, labor market shifts. None of these forces are fully under your control, but your personal financial system is. And if you implement these 5 moves every payday, something powerful happens. You move from reacting to strategizing, from surviving to building wealth intentionally. Most people drift financially. They hope things improve, but hope is not a strategy. Systems are automation, audit, debt attack, emergency buffer, growth investing. Follow this blueprint, and you will quietly move ahead of 90% of the population. Drop a comment below. Are you focusing this month on building your ISA or IRA? Or are you focused on crushing debt first? I'd love to hear your strategy. And if you found value in this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more global financial insights. Stay awake, stay aware. This is Felix from Mindful Minds and Money, and I'll see you in the next one.